guess what? It's Monday, and we're here for a minisode.
Minisode.
Really Monday.
We were talking about Sushie living in Jumanji.
Yeah. Whoever is playing this game in Jumanji, please finish. Please.
Suck everything back in.
This has literally gone on for too long.
Okay,
It's gone on for too long. I can't take it anymore. Roll the dice.
That's the thing that's the thing though. You gotta remember that first game in Jumanji went on for like 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know, when we all get sucked back into the board and our lives start over and we're like 4 years old and shit, like then we'll get it right.
Maybe.
Then we'll get it right. We'll be like, okay, there's a pandemic coming and
Did either of you ever watch the remake of Jumanji?
No.
I have seen
I
it.
couldn't either because I don't want to like
don't want it ruined.
I don't want it ruined. I've never seen it, and I don't think I ever will.
I've seen it. It's honestly not that bad, and there are actually a couple of callbacks to the original.
That was the one that had Kevin Hart and The Rock in it, right?
Yeah, like there's a couple of callbacks to the original, like just simple things that like that. Nothing that like would nothing that would like inherently ruin the original. Yeah, like simple shit like. At one point when they're in the forest or in the jungle or wherever the fuck they are or whatever, they find a little hut and they find the initials of the dude carved, or his name carved into the hut, like Robin Williams' character's name. So it kind of shows like, oh, when he was here, he lived here in this little hut. And it's just like a simple thing like that where like you never hear his character. It's just like, but you see like Alan Parrish carved into like the wall or something, you know. A simple little like
really sad.
I know.
It's like a simple little callback like that like but they're still it's still doing their own story. So like I think it's fine.
Jumanji was it a book? Like originally a book?
I think so. I don't remember.
I was about to say, how dare they make a kids movie?
Well, you know
where they trap a small child in the jungle and give him PTSD.
Does anybody remember the fucking space Jumanji, Zathura?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, what?
There is another movie that came out.
This man said Space Jumanji.
Because it's basically space. It's a game called Zathura. It's a movie called Zathura. It has Dax Shepard in it. And it's a similar...
Wait, no, I don't want to see it.
No,
you're right.
Thing,
I have seen it.
And it's done by the same guy who wrote Jumanji, wrote Zathura.
Oh, so he really likes transporting children
into games and trapping them forever.
What's his problem?
That's your deal, dude.
What's your deal, dude? Let's talk about it.
No, I have seen that one because there's a part where they're like in a house in space.
Yeah, like their house gets sucked off into space, and then like, and then that's where like I keep saying want to say Zach Braff, Dax Shepard appears.
Yeah, I would like this. I would really invite this man to go get some therapy.
Who, Dax Shepard?
Whoever this author is, he has abandonment issues.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He needs to work through it with a certified.
So now he takes it out on fictional children.
Yep. He takes it out. Who hurt you, sir? Please
have to find out who wrote these and track him down, see if he's still alive. That's the big question. Is the author of Jumanji alive?
Can he seek professional help? Terrorizing these children.
So, you guys got anything new going on before we get into our stories?
Sam and I are on Fan House, and it's popping.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I am too. We've been talking to a lot of different like other creators on there, and it's so like it's like a nice change of pace.
I think it's the social media platform for people who hate social media.
Kind of, yeah.
No, everyone there is like nice and normal
and done with everything else.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like nice being there. Like I like hanging out on the Fan House app and like looking at everyone's content, and everyone's so like encouraging and nice, and no one's like gatekeepy.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
I like it.
It is a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun on that. And talking to a lot of the other creators and a lot of the other girls. It's I have a hard time putting how I feel into words with this app, but it's just I enjoy spending time on it. I really do.
I enjoy it. Like I like being there. It doesn't feel like a chore. It's not like mentally taxing or draining. I'm just liking it more than I thought I would in general.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
First I was like, what is this? But like I feel like I get it now.
I not 100% sure when this episode's coming out, but I'm going to be
out Monday.
I'm going to be doing
So
a
the day after you start your
Okay, so I'm going to be doing a charity streaming event. It's going to be a week long. I do it every September because September is Suicide Awareness Month. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, ever since I started Twitch. So I'm going to be raising funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's going to be a week long. It's going to start on Sunday, but now it's Monday and I'm still going. It's totally Monday.
Totally Monday, and this is live.
Yep. So basically, it's going from the 5th to the 11th, and I'm really excited to I don't know. I kind of look forward to doing this every year. This means a lot to me.
Awesome.
So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing a lot of Dark Souls stuff. We're gonna do crowd control again. So basically, people can donate, and it changes the game. So basically, you can donate towards like giving my character big old head, or you can like take my weapon away, or make it so I can't roll.
Too.
And it happens, it happens instantly.
Like,
so
and she has no idea. So it's not like it's not like you donate and she turns them on. It's literally like it's connected to the game.
Yeah.
So when you donate, you can just decide, oh, her character's invisible now, or whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah,
so.
we did this last year too, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about it. So come on out and spend your money on some charity
Great
stuff.
cause. Hell yeah. That sounds awesome. Yeah. I'm going to be there. I'll be hanging out.
I don't know what's happening, but apparently something we said just set off the Alexa, and she's talking about like sunglasses and bullshit now. So,
weird. I didn't hear anything.
The weird thing is it wasn't the one that's directly fucking behind us. It was the one clear on the other side of the room. Just started talking about like
the AI taking over.
It was like you can get cherry sunglasses at like I don't what the fuck are you talking about? Like
Alexa, get your own podcast, okay? Stop trying to take over mine.
All I heard was the cherry part, and I was like, "What the fuck is she talking about?"
You know, they really sidebar, but they really need to fix like how people can turn on like these robot devices, like the Amazons. And I'm not gonna say the name, but the Amazons and the Googles, mainly because like let me set a word for it. Let me set a name or a word.
Can.
You actually can't. If it's like you can set like especially like with like the Amazon one, like it's always that name.
You can't call it like "Hey Computer" or something like that.
I've looked into it. Like they have it set so it's always that fucking name. There might be a way for Google.
I thought you could change it.
You can't. Like
the reason why I thought you could is because I remember asking someone one time, like, what happens if you have someone in the house named Alexa?
You're fucked. Like, but the thing is, like, the whole point is, like, you should be able to set it for whatever, because way too often are people going to like set off other people's systems.
Right, yeah.
Feel that? That's confusing.
Yeah, the even on like TV, people will do that shit. Like you can hear like it's I don't know. I'm over it, but
okay.
Anyway, what have you got for us today, Sushi?
Well, let's see. Let's find out. Let's see what I got. How do I Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Now I remember. All right. So I went a little bit all over the place. I went rogue. Because it's my minisode and I can do what I want. You know? It's one of those things.
Okay.
And as usual, I always find the poop stories.
Oh no.
Ma'am.
Always. I always find them. I don't know. I think they're funny. All right. This one is from Reddit Confessions.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's a poop story.
Of course it is. If there's a poop story on Reddit, Sushi will find it.
I will find you and I will read you on my podcast and laugh. All right, here goes. Secret summer camp pooper. I feel like Reddit will enjoy the story, so here it goes. Some time ago, I was a teacher at a summer camp. It was this quaint little seaside town, no cloud in the sky, outside lessons under the trees. Our students were from all around the world. We would survey them every week, and they loved our quality of teaching, how friendly we were, how beautiful the town was. There was one issue. The food that they were getting for lunch was horrendous. See, we were renting a school building and paying them for lunches. They were disgusting most of the time, never enough food, and at some point, I started grabbing a meal deal from a local supermarket. Most of us would rather pay for our own food. Thank you very much. At the same time, the secret pooper activated. There was a toilet 3 floors down from where we would normally teach. The school cleaning staff started complaining. It was disgusting. Always the same toilet, clogged, bound, runny mess, unflushable. Had to be removed with a plunger possibly, and a lot of manpower.
Oh my God.
It was a hot summer. I can't fucking do it. I'm losing it. The odor on that floor was unbearable. The school, however, still hosted the regular students, so assumed it was one of them. But then the students went away, and we were the only ones who remained. And the same toilet would keep clogging. Gossip spread, but no one was ever caught in the act. We requested better food. We snooped around. We followed the students. At some point, they were only allowed to use one dedicated toilet in the building. No luck. The beast was undefeated. I finished working there and forgot about the whole thing. In fact, I didn't because I was the secret pooper.
My
The
God.
family that I stayed with cooked everything with milk and cream, and I'm badly lactose intolerant.
Oh, no.
And I was too shy and awkward to point it out. I tried to avoid it as much as possible, but I also had to eat, and sometimes cereal was all we had. If dinner was all creamy and homemade, eaten with the whole family, I would feel bad for not eating. I wasn't dying, right? But like a clockwork every day after lunch, when every student was supervised by an adult and the teachers were on break, free to go wherever, I would go to that one secluded bathroom and release the Kraken's remains.
Jesus.
I don't know why I'm like this. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Not the Kraken.
Not the Kraken. I picked a toilet that would be as far away from where we were teaching as possible and where the windows could easily be wide open, but it grew to unbelievably serious proportions. And I wondered what you would say. Hi. I wondered what I would say. Hi, it's actually me. The only thing that excuses me is that the school had super old plumbing and the toilets would never flush properly. A regular toilet would probably handle the Satan spawn, but not these. Never. It's off my chest now. Forgive me, Reddit, for I have sinned. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're very welcome.
This is really just on them for not having better plumbing.
This is really
Right.
on them for not feeding people
not
actual
eating
food.
what you are known to be allergic to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't
too.
be the person.
But like, why wouldn't you have like lactate or something? I mean, I guess if you're a kid and you're in camp, then you probably don't have access to
Oh,
it.
they're a
but-
This was
Teacher.
a teacher.
Oh,
this
this
was
is
the
a teacher. True.
But
They're an
they,
adult with adult money.
yeah, but they said that they could only, the only
Cereal, so maybe they're rook.
the only bakery or whatever was.
Bakery.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the story, they said that the school gave this really horrendous
School gave food, but they would go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
supermarket to
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Also saying like, what's a bakery have to do with it? Like,
I don't know. I heard bakery.
Yeah, it's on a supermarket. Yeah, like we're like you can buy lactate anywhere. Is what, like
Yeah.
the whole point. But
Then we
But-
wouldn't have this story.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
No? Yeah.
Why you gotta make everything creamy?
Sushi, the poop magnet.
Right.
And the poop magnet. That's what they called
The poop
me.
magnet.
The poop magnet.
God.
So I was going to read an Am I the Asshole, but like, I don't know. I'm just over it right now. You know?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
So I'm going to read 2 short little things that might take up the time of one thing. All right. So this one is from Today I Fucked Up. And this one is kind of, I'm going to preface this with, I'm reading it because it's relatable to me. And I feel like I have to disclose the fact that I have a disability, and that's why I'm reading this. And it's okay for me to laugh because this happens to me.
Okay.
I'm not reading it because I'm insensitive. I found it funny because I can relate. Okay, today I fucked up by packing an extra prosthetic foot in my carry bag.
Just an extra one.
Just an extra one, just a casual. So I don't have a prosthetic leg. However, I do have a lot of metal in my leg, and I get flagged at TSA all the time. That is a regular occurrence. So I got to cackle out of this one. All right. I packed my water foot in my bag because...
My water foot?
because I'm going to the lake on my vacation. Flying as an amputee is already an adventure. I always get patted down and then tested for explosives because my prosthesis lights up their machines. And that's why I'm reading this, because that shit happens to me. So I don't want to have any angry emails, okay? I went through this process and was waiting for my bag. I saw it also got flagged and was slightly annoyed. 3 men carefully bring my bag over and asked whose it was. I came forward stating it was mine. One guy pointed to the screen of the x-ray asking intently, "What is this?" I looked at the screen. It's my foot.
It's my foot.
I looked at the screen and recognized the shape as my prosthetic foot. So I answer, "A prosthetic foot." The man pauses and asks me to repeat, so I again state, "A prosthetic foot." Another man slowly opens my bag, carefully throwing everything out until he comes across my foot. He slowly takes it out and inspects it. This is when they tell me they thought it was a gun. The pylon on my foot resembles tools people use to make homemade guns, I guess. They were embarrassed. I was embarrassed. But thankfully, they were chill about the whole thing once they realized I was not trying to smuggle a gun in the airport. TLDR, my prosthetic foot resembled a homemade gun, and I freaked TSA out.
Okay, but now I need to know what makes it a water foot.
I probably just can actually go in the water and not like fill up or whatever the fuck is,
Maybe the material.
Maybe it's more buoyant or something.
Maybe it's more buoyant or not made of metal.
Maybe it's more buoyant.
I don't know.
Or metal that could rust.
I don't
know.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe it's like fiberglass or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay.
That just reminded me that I have a video somewhere of TSA going through my bag, and then this guy was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "That's a slip and slide."
Not a slip and slide.
I had an entire slip and slide in my bag. And they were going through it. They for whatever reason, something in my bag set off the stuff. So they had to search it. So he's like going through it, and like they never found what really set it off, or if they did, I don't remember. But like I do remember that moment of me recording just because I thought it was funny. Because like, man, he's gonna find so much bullshit in there. And sure enough, it was
the slip and slide.
Slip and slide is one of the things that he did find. And I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "That is a slip and slide."
The children's summer activity.
For a grown adult.
Yeah.
One grown adult slip and slide.
The PAX that we met at, you remember the Bethesda booth?
Yeah.
Did you go to it?
I believe I did, yeah.
Do you remember those big Vault Boy masks they were handing out?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had one of those, right? And I took a plane home because I'm lazy and I'd rather fly 45 minutes and take a bus.
They're like rubber masks.
Yeah, they sure are. And I wasn't thinking about it. So I am a brown woman of ambiguous origin with a interesting name. So obviously I should have fucking known better, right? I should have motherfucking known better. So I'm carrying. Do you know what I'm talking about, Sam? I can grab it if you don't know what I'm talking about. That mask
exactly
right
what
there.
You're talking about. Yep.
That mask.
That mask. Yeah, it's
that
very
mask.
creepy.
That's the one. So oh my God. So me and my peg leg fucking walking through Logan Airport, going through the metal detector, right? And they're like, "Ma'am, we're gonna need you to step aside." And I was like,
"You got a whole baby in your bag."
Yeah. Until you said that, I actually forgot where I got this mask at.
That's not a bank robbing mask. I don't know what it is.
It is. Like, it looks like what you would see in a fucking movie.
Well, the thing is, like, the eyes are all meshed out, too.
It's very like the Purge. It's a very Purge mask.
Yes, that's it. It's very Purge-like,
Yeah. And I'm carrying that. I'm not even thinking about it. And I got a full pat down, like research, because that fucking mask. Thanks, Bethesda. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
There's
something about like, and we won't experience this again for a long time. well, we won't anyway. Other people are, but there's something about like returning from a con with all the bullshit that you acquired in the con.
They're like, oh, the geeks are coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like a
Geek Squad,
whole bunch of bullshit and like all these little metal trinkets and a bunch of shit I don't need. And
yep. Oh, that mask.
yeah.
Okay, here's my next little story. It's tiny. It's from Reddit Unpopular Opinion, which gets too spicy sometimes, but this one was mild.
Yeah.
I miss old and simple conspiracy theories like the Illuminati and the Freemasons. I miss the days when people would speak of a secret organization that secretly ruled the world, be it the Freemasons, the government, or the Illuminati, or whoever. They would occasionally speak of reptilians, because I was at the fringe at the time. These amusing conspiracy theories seem to have provided people with a sense of comfort, a posture of arrogance, and a way to create control over a chaotic world. Nowadays, we have satanic pedophiles running a cult, drinking adrenochrome from the blood of babies. Some of this is straight out of fan fiction. The worst part about it is people want this to be real. What do you guys think about conspiracy theories? Do you miss the simple ones? Do you think the conspiracy theories, like the QAnon, do you think they're getting out of hand?
Man, this is a whole bag of worms. I miss...
Conspiracy theories used to be fun.
Yeah, they did. Like, I miss when it was literally like stupid shit like, oh man, you take like $1 bill and if you fold it a certain way, the words say like, we're watching or some bullshit, you know, like the truth is out
stuff
there.
Like that.
And like, that stuff, yeah, that was silly and stupid and fun. Nowadays, though, it's like, not only are they getting out of control, but they're getting so mainstream that like, it's like, if somebody talks about a conspiracy, you just have to assume they're a fucking moron. You know, it's no longer a fun thing. It's just only idiots talk about conspiracies nowadays.
Yeah.
Because everything's a conspiracy.
And you can't just be like, I don't know, it can't be the fun thing you talk about on a Friday night. Like, so what do you think about the Freemasons?
I think one of the catalysts in making it like really bad was Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura.
And who's the other one? The other conspiracy jockey guy. What the fuck is his name?
I don't know, but Jesse Ventura really fucking ruined it. He legit like doesn't fly anymore. That's what his conspiracies like. Yeah. Like that's as far as his conspiracy theories go. And then like he had that fucking show, and people were like, "Oh man, like this could be real." Like.
Oh, Alex Jones. That's who
Alex
it was.
Jones.
Oh my God, Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
That's what it was.
The biggest issue with it, and it's just because of where we're at in life, is that we gave all the conspiracy theorists a platform, and then hate shared them.
They all got podcasts.
And, yeah. They all got podcasts, and they all have fucking videos and shit too. You know, I mean, because it all, you know, even back in like even like Bill O'Reilly and shit, you know, was like another big one, like back in the day, like on Fox and stuff, you know, like, and we gave them all fucking platforms, and then like they say something stupid, and as opposed to just ignoring it like you would normally do with the crazy person in town, everybody shares it and goes, look how stupid this is. But by doing that, you share it to enough people that go, oh, maybe they're onto something. And it's like, if we just stopped hate sharing things,
these people wouldn't have a platform anymore. They wouldn't have a platform,
and they would just fucking they would only be talking amongst themselves, and it'd be a lot harder for them to expand. That's why this big thing with like why I dislike so much shit on Twitter nowadays is because people don't share anything they enjoy. Everybody hate shares everything they fucking hate. They just put out there.
Yeah.
But like that's what gives conspiracy theorists like power, you know, like you're giving them power.
Because you're like, look at this idiot, but a retweet's a retweet. He doesn't know if you agree or disagree. He doesn't care.
I mean, that's how we ended up with Trump as a president, you know, like is just all of this fucking bullshit. And I mean, that's why we got people out here, like people can't get their fucking dogs and horses medication because of ivermectin fucking, you know, it'll cure the COVID, but it won't. And it's a huge, like the conspiracy theories are literally having an effect on our actual lives now. And that's the fucked up thing about it, too. Yeah. It's like, they're having a real effect on real life now.
That's exactly it.
Before, it was just like a simple, haha, yeah, man, the Illuminati.
It's no longer fun to talk about because people weren't actually getting hurt in those conspiracy theories before. But now,
exactly.
It's taking a turn.
You literally, people can't buy drugs for their dogs because the ivermectin is getting fucking stolen or sold out everywhere because the same people who go, well, the vaccine's not FDA approved, but neither is fucking ivermectin, but it's, I guess, because Trump opened his mouth, now they'll take it. It's just like some dumb bullshit where it's like, I do miss the actual like fun, like, look, it's the fucking, there's an eye on the pyramid and that's the eye of Ra and like
Da Vinci Code type of conspiracy theories. The fun ones are just silly.
Even like the
X-Files type ones.
Yeah. Like
Bigfoot people.
Exactly. It's just like
Bigfoot people are always fun to talk to.
Yeah.
But the problem is now the Bigfoot people are the Proud Boys and shit, you know? Like they all fall into the same group and it's just like, damn, man, like what the fuck happened to fun conspiracies? Like I'm trying to think of some other ones that like they're like, of course, you know, like you used to be able to turn on TV every Sunday night around like 7 p.m. there was probably like on like CBS there was always like I like a show that's like I was abducted by aliens, you know, there's always
something. Oh my god, Dateline.
Yeah, like, and it's like that shit just doesn't exist anymore, and it was fun.
It was so good. I loved shit like that.
It was fun to just like it was fun to see.
Remember those alien autopsy shows that were so fake?
Oh my god, yeah.
It was so fake but so fun.
The last time I've ever even heard anyone mention Area 51 was, do you remember a couple of years ago? I don't remember what year this was. When
the Naruto run?
Yeah, some nerd posted the bullshit like, come on guys, let's just, if we just run at them, they can't stop us all. Like, God. And like that was like the last good.
That was like silly and
that was like the last good like Area 51-esque thing that we've seen. Like they can't stop us all.
Right. If you're listening, I would like to know your favorite, like, semi-wholesome, non-QAnon conspiracy theory. Like, what was something you were like, oh, let's talk about this because it's just, like, silly. Like, pyramids and aliens and stuff like that, you know?
Like, I will say, I'm super annoyed by people who think the moon landing was fake.
Yes.
I'm just over it. I'm tired of talking about it.
Well, I think the biggest, the dumbest thing is you can look at the moon with a telescope.
You can see
and
it.
you can see... we can see the moon. It's not, you know.
Why is it so far-fetched that someone landed on it?
Well, you can see the stuff on it. You can see a flag on it. But that's all planted, I guess, in a bunker somehow.
The flat earthers.
Oh,
moon
flat
truthers.
Earthers.
The moon truthers. Oh no.
That's what they call themselves?
The moon truthers were like people who like either didn't believe the moon existed or there's I forget the moon.
You don't believe it exists? It's in the sky.
There's something I forget exactly what the moon truthers were.
Oh god.
I'll believe that moon. It's
all these idiots are like, see, look at the horizon. This is how you can tell that this fucking earth is flat. What are you fucking talking about? Shut the fuck up. Did you graduate high school?
No, of course they didn't.
I think a moon truther is actually somebody who doesn't believe that the moon landing existed. That's yeah.
Interesting.
You know, it's funny
because I talked to a couple of those.
I think about like this is gonna sound like some of the most like just fucking, I don't know if this is probably like late 90s, early 2000s stuff. So you know, originally from Ohio, we lived like my dad's house is in like a little like
cul-de-sac.
It's in a cul-de-sac, yeah, like in a little neighborhood, you know, like it's like a little subdivision neighborhood or whatever. So he's in a cul-de-sac. So for a long time, we knew everybody in the cul-de-sac. We used to do like little parties in the fucking cul-de-sac, you know, like everybody knew everybody. And we'd have neighbors that swapped in and swapped out every now and then. Some wouldn't join, but others.
Yeah.
But at one point, we had like these one new neighbors that moved in. And they were really cool. Like, it was like a younger guy and his wife. And like, we'd hang out with them a lot of times. And there was a night where we had a big party or whatever. And then like, after a certain point in time, everybody just kind of started going back into their homes. But me, Allie, Dad, and our neighbor were all just chilling in his like garage, like because he like like, you know, a fridge and shit in there. And like, just like chilling in the garage talking. And we literally talked about like bullshit conspiracy theories until like 6 a.m. And I remember it pissed Kim off so bad because she's like, what the fuck are you doing out until 6 a.m? You know, like especially because like dad's out there with us too. But it was just talking about shit like, you know, like just going into stupid detail about like asking dumb questions about like how like, you know, why is it, you know, we can send a satellite to the fucking edge of the galaxy, but you can't have like good cell phone service and stuff like that. You know, never mind the fact that that's a one-way signal and it's not being crowded by a million other signals and all that other shit. But, you know, like, and just talking about like all space and just bullshit, like just, and I feel like that doesn't really happen anymore. Like just talking about like just weird, just nonsense, you know, talking about like, oh, what's the bottom of the ocean, you know, like just the dumb shit, like, oh, what do they have, like, what's down there, why haven't we gone all the way to the bottom, you know, what's in the Bering Trench.
Not only why haven't we gone to the bottom, why did NASA stop studying the ocean?
Yeah, like there's just
and go to space. They were like, nope, we're all set, let's study the sky.
And I feel like there's got to be like, you know, when you think of like the Bering the Bering Trench, is that what it is, the deepest part of the ocean, where I know that like they say that like nothing can like withstand the pressure. We've got to be able to have that technology by now that can withstand the pressure. There's got to be the technology that can do it. Get down to the bottom of the ocean. That's where the answers are, goddammit.
Speaking of that,
the answers.
Speaking of that conspiracy theory, on TikTok, this lady was responding to like, why haven't we been back to the moon? Or why haven't we studied the bottom of the ocean? And she matter-of-factly told us, the viewers, that it's because to get to the moon, you have to go through the ocean. You have to go through the ocean to the bottom of the ocean, out through the other side into space. She said that's where space is.
Through the ocean.
Through the ocean. That's why there's no bottom of the ocean, because it just goes straight into space.
What?
TikTok was a mistake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I do miss.
Well, I'll take that over, you know, like the QAnon bullshit though.
Yeah,
fine. You think space is in the ocean. Okay, lady.
Like there's so much like, and that's the sad thing about like the whole dumb conspiracy thing, or like even like the ones that's not quite conspiracy, it's just like people just curious about stuff, is like it was always fun to talk about, but people don't want to just have those fun little conversations anymore. You know, like I've always found like space to be like absolutely fucking fascinating to me. Like it's just one of those things like, and I think one of the biggest things that always like kind of blows my mind is the fact that like, you know, a lot of times like when you look at like our solar system and you think about like, oh, all the planets in a line, you know, like you could technically draw a horizontal line through all of them, right? So you always think about like space expanding out forever horizontally, but like you never think about like what's like up and down, you know, like you think about like our galaxy's it's at an angle and it's flat, but like, and it's we're on a fucking little piece of it, but like you never think about like, oh, what's the galaxies above us and below us? It's just so much bullshit that like it's fun to think about, but
I think space and like stuff like that is really interesting, and I find it fascinating. But there comes a point in time where like I either watch too much of it or I learned about too much of it, and then I get this existential dread that comes from like knowing too much about space.
So small and so like insignificant.
The fact that there's just nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. You know, and just so much nothing that freaks me out.
Are nothing.
It is kind of an existential dread thing, because like it's definitely one of those things too. Like when you think about it, like until we can be proven wrong, it expands infinitely, right? So like. And which is just insane to think about. But at the same time, what's also just as insane is that like space expands infinitely inward too, in the sense of like, okay, you know, you can just keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, because eventually like, you know, you go, okay, well, what are cells made of? They're made of atoms. But what are atoms made of? And people are like, well, they're made of proteins. But what are those proteins made of? You know, like it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And like at a certain point, like where does it end, in the sense of like, how small can you get? Because technically everything has to be made of something, right? And even a thing, if it's like the base borderline of existence, a chip of that is still smaller than that. So like it's one of those things, like if you think about it too much, you just hurt your brain. You think about like nothing makes sense. Like it's
Why am I paying bills if there's nothing out there?
I saw.
Right.
You know,
I'm with you on that.
I saw an Ask Reddit thing the other day, and I didn't pick it because it was like already like something else that somebody else was talking about. But like, it was literally like, what are some facts that are absolutely like they sound insane, but theoretically they are true. Mm-hmm. And one of them was like, there is a 1 in 5.2 to the 32nd power % chance that if you swing your hand at a table, all of the molecules in your hand and all of the molecules in the table will miss each other, and therefore you could technically swing your hand through the table.
Wait, yeah. Or like,
and it's
any inanimate object.
Anything,
Put your hand through a wall.
Anything, yeah. Theoretically, it is possible that like,
it's possible.
you could swing your hand or anything, another object through another object, because they're all just moving atoms. So there is, in theory, a possibility that all those atoms could be aligned in just a way that everything could pass through it. And it's like, that's just like insane to think about. But at the same time, it's like,
I don't like it. I don't like this.
You know, like,
I don't like this anymore. I'm over it. I want to go back to
Why
poop
do you
stories.
think I smoke so much weed?
Poop stories, bring them
even
on.
Even like going back to the whole space thing, you know, they found literally like things of like there's literally just a gigantic, like bigger than our sun, which is insane because there's also things like that are dwarf our sun. There's other suns that absolutely dwarf our sun, but they found a thing that was bigger than our sun of just water just floating in space. And it's like, what does that even, how can there be water floating in space? Why? But we're like, oh, there's no water anywhere else, so there's just a fucking chunk of water floating in space. But it's always just dumb shit like that.
Where did it come from? Did it come off of our planet? Like, did something hit it and it just kept flying? And
have you guys seen the pictures of like where they took the Hubble telescope and just like, they basically just, they just had it focus in one part of the sky for like a month, and it captured like so many different galaxies. Like, that was one of the most insane pictures I've ever seen. Like, you can see, because they just let it focus like a fucking camera. They just let it focus in one spot for so long, and that like you can just see like, and it all looks fake, and it's just crazy because like
it looks like it's rendered in a computer.
Yeah,
everything.
So much of this shit too is one of those things where like they know so much about like all these distant planets, like not even like in our solar system, outside our solar system. Like, how do you even know that? Well, we did it with math. What do you mean you did it with math? What does that mean? Like, I like, not only does this stuff make you feel really small in the world, but it makes you feel dumb as fuck too. Like, well, using this math, we could deduce that this was this and this was that. Like, oh, okay.
Like, all right, forehead.
Oh. Man, I do miss it though. Like, people need to talk about more fun shit like that, man. Just
fun conspiracy theories.
Stop sharing the QAnon hate bullshit. I mean, who gives a fuck? Stop giving them a platform. Stop sharing their conspiracy theories. Stop talking about them. Make them disappear, and talk about the fun shit. Talk about that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, are we in a thimble?
Right? Like,
are we in a snow globe?
A marble, like in
Men in Black. Yeah.
Men in Black, that's right.
Just a marble.
I want to have those talks again.
And then you get it even more complicated when you have the whole theories about like different timelines and different branch universes.
I can't. I haven't had enough coffee for this. I can't do that.
I would love to talk about shit like that, though.
I can't do the whole dimension.
Maybe we should have a podcast where we're mentally prepared. You know, we're just like prepared, and we sit down. We're like, let's talk about timelines.
We're gonna talk about branching timelines, the possibility of all things
and what
existing
that
at
means
once,
to us.
How we're all the same creature, how we're all the same entity, and how you technically can't disprove the fact that we have all existed since the beginning of time. Right? You can't disprove that. Like, you can say like, oh, you're 30 years old, but technically, that's only as you've existed in this form. You could say that before that you existed in another form.
Because matter can't be created nor destroyed.
Yeah.
So you have existed throughout all time and space.
Yeah.
It's true.
And before you were an egg and some sperm. Before you were something else. Before it just keeps going on. Like, we've all
we're all made of stardust, man.
Aliens.
Aliens. Or like sometimes I think about how like you're still existing in past versions of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the past, you're still like you're still there doing that thing.
And how, and like, one of the things I used to think about as a kid, right, was like, okay, like, when you think about, like, when you move your hand, right, it's like just a slight movement of your hand, right? So, like, you could say that theoretically, depending on the distance of how far you are from your hand is moving at the speed of light. Because, like, it's one of those things, like, you know how, like, the bigger something is, the slower it technically looks like it's moving, but it's technically moving faster, right? So it's kind of like
Earth,
how, like,
it's going super fast, but
exactly,
you know,
so like if
you don't feel it,
if you zoomed in super, it's kind of like when you zoom into a picture too much, right, in Photoshop, and you accidentally move it just a fucking pixel and it disappears. It moved way faster than you expected because you were zoomed in so far in it. So technically, if you could zoom in your hand that much, then every little movement of your hand is like moving at the fucking speed of light. It's insane. It's all insane to think about. This shit's insane.
It is insane.
Like, all of our past, the past doesn't exist and time doesn't technically exist. That's even more insane. Like, time doesn't exist either. Or the fact that
time doesn't exist.
Or the fact that, like,
construct.
how fucked up is it? Like, time travel could never technically work on this planet either, because, like, if you time traveled, even if we're moving at such an insane speed in space. If you time traveled fucking 1 second into the past, the planet is no longer here anymore.
Right, because the Earth is moving. Exactly. Yes, the Earth is moving.
And it's not just the Earth moving around like the sun. It's the whole fucking solar system is moving through space. Everything is moving at a constant, insanely high speed. Sam, you need to understand. You got to get the picture that the answers, they're in the Bering Trench. We need to get to the bottom of the Bering Trench. That's where the answers are.
You're stuck with us.
I can't. I like.
What if there was iced coffee down there, Sam? There could be anything. There could be iced coffee down there. The answers are in the Bering Trench.
I don't disagree. Is what I'm saying.
But for real.
What is an internal monologue? Why are our thoughts? How can we hear them?
Please stop.
You know, some people don't have those.
Yeah, I just learned that, and that freaks me the fuck out. How do y'all read?
So, okay.
How do y'all read?
I can't relate to that, but one thing I can relate to, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Sam, so I'll go ahead and say your thing real quick, and I'll say
say it.
Okay. There's a word for this. I don't remember the word. Maybe somebody on the podcast listening can chime in and let me know. But there is a thing for people who don't have like an inner picture. And I feel like I kind of have that.
Oh, like dreams or something?
No, like if you close your eyes and you try to think of an apple. Oh, you can see okay, you can't see it. I can't really see an apple or anything. Like, I could kind of see, like, yeah, that's an actual thing, and I've never really thought about it. And I've always wondered if that's why, like, I can't fucking really draw. You know, like, I've never been like really.
That.
So, like,
yes.
any art, like I know how Mario looks, right? But so theoretically, I should be able to draw Mario. I cannot draw Mario for the life of me. If I close my eyes and I try to think of like Mario, I can kind of see like a Mario-esque shape, but like I can't see like the details. I can't see a face. I can only just see like a fucking. It's essentially a T pose. You know, like if I try to think of an apple, I can't really see an apple, and I learned later on, I think through Twitter actually, that there's a name for that, and other people have it too. But I'd never thought, because it's one of those things, like, if you don't think about it, if you don't talk about that stuff, I could have gone my entire life. I went over 30 years not knowing that was a thing. Yeah. You know, like that's like, and it must be like the people who don't have their internal monologue. It's just like a weird, like, I have that, I can think. And I can hear songs. I can speak in my voice. I can speak in other people's voice in my head. Yeah. You know, like I could replicate both of your voices in my head if I wanted to. But it's like, but I can't fucking see a picture.
Yeah.
You better at math than creative things?
So that's the weird thing. Is like, I'm good at creative things. Like, I mean, I fucking make videos, Sushie. Come on.
But that's like technical though.
Like, I feel like I'm good at creative stuff. I just am not good at like drawing, you know? Like I can't explain it. I'm plenty creative with a lot of things. I'm just not good with like the drawing aspect of things. Like the reason I like video editing so much is especially because like I come from an artistic family. My fucking dad is a musician and my mom is an artist. And then I'm over here like, you know, like, so like.
I'm tall.
But like, it wasn't until like video editing that I finally felt like I had that thing that they had, where like my dad can, like, I've never understood how somebody can just write a song, but my dad has written hundreds of songs. I can't understand how, but he's done it, you know? Yeah. My mom can just like paint or sculpt or do whatever the fuck she does easily. And like, and I mean, I've sculpted, I've painted, I've done that stuff, but like not anywhere near like what an actual artist can do. But like with video editing, I feel like I finally get it. Like I have a picture in my head of what I want the video to look like, and then I can make it happen.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
see, like, I can't do that. I cannot do that.
Yeah, like so I get ideas of what I want the video to do, and then I can make that happen, and that's my artistic thing. So like, but at the same time, it's not like related to that whole no inner picture thing. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like the whole internal monologue thing. Like that's one of the things that definitely weirds me out the most is like, because I feel like there's two versions of that too, and I feel like the time you have both of them is before you go to sleep, because like you can always think in your head on command, right? And a lot of times, even like before you go to sleep, you might be thinking in your head on command. But then there's other times you could be thinking on command while also hearing almost another thought process happen another time. And that's like when you have like those weird thoughts that slip through and you're like, stop thinking about that, you know? But like, I'm over here thinking about like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking think about some Castlevania shit. But at the same time, I'm also thinking about something else. Like I'm having two branching thoughts, but it's two different voices, but they're both mine. You know, like what is that?
You just lay in bed thinking about Castlevania.
All the time. All the time.
I'm done.
You were gonna say something. I forgot.
I'm gonna save it for the full episode.
We can't go back into this topic in the full episode. You say it now.
No, this doesn't have to do with that.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to derail you.
How much he fucking hates our nerd asses.
Right? We're over here having fun, and Sam's over here fucking complaining. Like, oh.
Well, I'm
She's
not
like,
complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just now terrified of everything. I don't need more dimensions with me in it.
But they already exist.
Yeah, but what if
you can't stop.
I don't want to think about it, because then it'll get me to thinking about how much this one sucks and how.
But think about how much the other ones could be worse too. That's the thing. Is there's some that infinitely worse.
I know, but there's some that are infinitely better.
Like there's other ones.
I hate that bitch.
Where like you exist, but like at the same time, theoretically there is a world where you exist, but you are Sushie. But you're you. There's a world where you exist.
There's one where I'm AJ. Oh my god.
I mean, think about that shit. Like, so like, it's just insane. The Bering Trench. The answers are there.
Bering Trench.
God.
The answers are there.
We just gotta search. Come on, gang.
Come on, Scooby-Doo.
If you guys have any fun conspiracy theories or things you just love to think about that are just stupid and fun, share them with us in the gilded.gg/everyone sucks here.
If you want us to do a full episode where we just find like wholesome, not like crazy, it's gonna hurt anyone.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know, because I think that would be funny.
I would be down to just talk about some dumb shit or look up some dumb shit and talk about it. And like, so if you guys have any stories about relating to that kind of stuff, definitely let us know in the Gilded. Also, I put out a poll in the Gilded about coffee and if people prefer hot or iced. And I'm actually kind of curious what the results on that were. I don't know how to check them, so I'd have to check them on my computer apparently. So I can't know. I'll look for the full episode and we'll find out then. But that being said, oh wait, they're 50-50. Wow. Sam just voted and she literally put it at 50-50.
Wow. Rigged. Literally rigged.
Wow.
Like all votes are not anonymous.
Yeah, they're not. Oh, I can
They're
see
not
you,
anonymous.
you hot coffee freak.
Coffee freak.
I'm gonna make a shirt.
See that I prefer hot black coffee? You weren't supposed to know.
Is that a shirt? Hot coffee freak? Just no explanation.
It is now.
The Bering Trench. The answers are there.
Oh my God! Stop it.
It could be like 120 degrees and I'll get a hot coffee. I don't care. I'll get hot coffee. I'm a hot coffee girl.
Freak.
Yes.
Okay, well, this was fun. All it took was a little talk about conspiracy theories, and we went on a fucking tangent, so that was fun. We got some more fun stuff lined up for you guys this coming Wednesday for our full episode. We will, we'll see you then. So again, hit us up on the Gilded. Be sure to join our server and hang out and chat with us. Talk with us some dumb stuff. That wasn't even a sentence. Talk with us some dumb stuff. That wasn't even a sentence.
Yeah.
I had a stroke during that.
It's unfortunate.
Well, you see, AJ, in your other timeline, you were also choking, so your body felt that.
It's very possible. The Bering Trench. The answers are there. All right, goodbye, guys. We'll see you Wednesday. Goodbye.
Bye.